Recitation problem 1. A truck is traveling at a speed of 11.1 meters per second down a hill when the brakes on all four wheels lock. The hill makes an angle of 15 degrees with respect to the horizontal. The coefficient of kinetic friction between the tires and the road is 0.750. The question is, how far does the truck skid before coming to a stop? In this question, we're going to use the energy tools to be able to solve for this question. First, let's put together a diagram describing this motion. In order to determine what is the best tool to solve this question, let me try to test the work done by non-conservative forces. First, represent all the forces acting on the block. Three forces are acting on the system: Fn, Fk, and Mg. Mg is a conservative force. Put that one aside. The remaining two forces are Fn and Fk. Since Fn does zero work, it is perpendicular to the displacement. See here the right angle that is made between Fn and the displacement. The only remaining force is Fk, and obviously Fk is doing work. Therefore, the work done by non-conservative forces does not equal to zero. At this point in time, I can safely say that the work done by the non-conservative forces equal delta Ke plus delta Pe. Now let's detail this equation. The work done by non-conservative forces includes the friction and also the normal force equals Ke final minus Ke initial plus Pe final minus Pe initial. Notice that the work done by Fn is 0 because Fn is always perpendicular to the displacement whenever an object slides on a surface. The final kinetic energy is going to be 0 because the object is going to come to a perfect stop. And I'm also going to set my height 0 to be when the object comes to a stop. Therefore, the final potential is going to be 0. Height final here equals 0. The initial is right here. Alright, continue simplifying this equation. The work done by the friction is friction force times displacement times cosine 180, because the friction force always makes a 180 degree with the displacement, equals 0 minus 1/2 mv initial squared. Then I have another 0 here, minus mgh initial. I need to find the expression for Fk and also Hi. Hi should not be too difficult. Fk, I need to use the Newton's second law. Mg needs to be broken into two components: mg sine theta along the x and negative mg cosine theta along the y. To be able to figure out what the Fk is going to equal to, we need to use the Newton's second law. Sum of the forces acting on your system equals mass times acceleration. There are three forces: Fn, Fk, and Mg. They all add up to Ma. The x component gives you no Fn minus Fk plus Mg sine theta. Notice that I have used the downhill to be my positive x, equals mass times acceleration. The y component is going to be Fn, no Fk along the y, but there is an Mg cosine theta along the y, equals 0 because the acceleration is lined up with the x-axis. To figure out the Fk, all you need to do is first evaluate the Fn, which is equal to mg cosine theta. Then you go to the Fk equals mu k Fn and make the substitution here. So Fk is going to equal mu k. Instead of Fn, we have mg cosine theta times mg cosine theta. Alright, let's make the substitution in the energy equation. Instead of Fk, we're going to have mu k mg cosine theta, that's the inclined angle, times the d. We know that the cosine 180 equals negative 1, equals negative 1/2 m v initial squared. We know what the initial speed is, minus mg hi. Notice that the mass here is going to cancel. Look, it's a common factor. The next thing we need to find here is the height hi, which is the quantity from the base here all the way to the blue box. It is this dashed line here. Very easily we can solve for it using the right triangle. The sine theta equals opposite, which is hi, divided by the hypotenuse, which is the d. Therefore hi equals d sine theta. Again, the theta is the inclined angle. Alright, let's make the substitution in our main equation. What do we have? Mu k g cosine theta times the d, bring the negative sign to the front right here, equals negative 1/2 v initial squared minus g, and substitute the hi by d sine theta. I'm pretty sure at this point in time you would love to substitute for the known quantities and solve, but I'm going to continue working algebraically on this thing. Move the g d sine theta to the left hand side of the equation. You will have this g d sine theta minus mu k g, I have a d here, bring it to the front, cosine theta, equals negative 1/2 v initial squared. Factorize the d. What you have? G sine theta minus mu k g cosine theta equals negative 1/2 v initial squared. Divide both sides of the equation by this entire quantity, g sine theta minus mu k g cosine theta. This entire thing we cancel with that one, and the d is going to look like d equals negative v initial squared. Here's the 2. Here is the expression at the bottom, g sine theta minus mu k g cosine theta. If you want to rearrange this equation to have a better form, just multiply the top and the bottom by negative 1, and it will look like d becomes v initial squared at the top. Factorize the g again from the bottom, it becomes 2g, and since we multiplied by negative, these they get reversed. Mu k times cosine theta, notice that the g is out, minus the sine theta. Nice looking. Solving for d, we get 13.5 meters.